The Energy Ministry has amplified the development of small hydropower projects in attempt to scale up energy access, more so in rural areas. Currently, there are over 50 small hydropower plants in Uganda with a combined capacity of 45 megawatts to amplify Uganda's business operations and rural electrification. According to Dan Moran, the chairman UNREA, most of these small hydropower plants are found on the eastern or the western border of the country and have a lot of potential but lack development.
So there is a lot of potential, and so far as we speak, there are about over 50 potential small hydropower sites that have been identified that are just waiting for licensing from government so that investors and developers can be able to go and put money and do feasibility studies and carry out environmental social impact assessment to see if they can be able to develop so that we can increase on the hydropower generation in this country.
Rural electrification that has seen government acquire loans to provide electricity to marginalized communities that were previously off-grid is to be relieved as enterprises and households can eventually benefit from a wider national grid.
The source, the electricity source that is very needed for the system because it is more flexible.
Development of the Nile project hasn't been easily achieved relatively due to investment, enterprise and taxes believed to be challenging despite government currently coming up with funding projects to promote skilled labor.
Most of the investors have been coming from the outside countries, especially from Asia. You've heard of China, you've heard of Sri Lanka, you've heard of Indonesia and many other countries in the eastern, in the Far East or in the Asian countries. So we were thinking that if you can be able to develop our own capacity in this country, especially one, if you can have investors that are local, because most of the developments that are going on, we are having Ugandans that are partnering with outsiders. But we want to have hydropower sites that are fully developed by Ugandans purely, 100%.
Well, there's the energy policy, which is there, which has specific objectives. There's a National Development Plan, NDP3, which has a specific sustainable energy development program, because everything is now programmatic. So within that, there are specific targets which are to meet, like I said, the access targets. So that we literally have to have at least a set number of renewable energy projects to increase access. So that's already ingrained in the NDP3, in Vision 2040, which is 80% access by 2040. Then there's the energy policy. So we have a number of policies in place that are enabling, so it's just a matter of meeting those targets.
Meanwhile, government has implemented policies to facilitate the growth of mini hydro projects and attain a bigger national and regional energy grid and contribute to the country's economic growth. Bronya Katsime compiled this story.